Hey, what's going on, guys? This is TigerHouseKicks.com, and finally I got a chance to do a new video for you guys today, an authentication video. So I received a pair of Air Jordan 4 PSG. That's obviously fake, from this company on Instagram called Spoil Yourself. So basically the dude sent it to me and he wanted me to do a side by side with the authentic to see if there were any apparent flaws and if the flaws were easily detectable. So basically I got this yesterday, and the first thing that I did was I sniffed the shoe, and this glue smell is really strong. Like, the glue smell is really strong. That's one of the things that the fake companies haven't quite figured out yet. But as far as like the quality itself, man, I was amazed. I mean, I was pretty stunned with the quality of the shoes. Like, it's incredibly well done. The leather on it is some kind of tumble leather on the side here, on the toe area. Again, soft tumble leather material. You can see that. The backside, the tab is pretty solid, rubber material. And this is it. I mean, it's incredibly done. Like, it's really, I was surprised. Even the insoles were crazily nice. It wasn't like breakable. Like, the material is pretty thick. Like, the thickness is there. So I was pretty stunned with the quality of it. But the thing is this, like, when you don't have a legit shoe on hand, you can be kind of fooled by thinking, and this is crazy nice. But then I went and did some digging online and I found the authentic pair, and I was able to spot some flaws. Now, the first thing you want to look at is always the box. Now, this box here, I'm not sure if my camera is doing it like any good judgment here, but it's pretty ashy, and I'll show you pictures. Like, it's really ashy looking, and that's one of the things you want to look for. Bottom, you see a lot of lines on the box, and then when I opened it, what's in there kind of surprised me. These dudes are pretty incredible. So basically they have the StockX card, identification card. They have a sticker, and a lot of time the fake one, they put this silica whatever thing in here, which is something that they shouldn't do. And the box size is pretty small compared, like, this is size 13, so it's supposed to be a little bigger than that, but this is a little too small. Now, if you look, I tried to rip the label. That's because I wanted to see if there was any RFID identifier behind the label, and there was not. There's supposed to be some kind of silver piece material, silver piece component there, which is not there on the fake ones. But the shoe itself, man, like I said, if you don't have an authentic pair, you will easily fall for this right here, because this looks good. It looks good, and many people are gonna get it on eBay or someplace. Because eBay authenticators, they don't really know what they're doing. I don't know about StockX, but eBay authenticators can probably easily pass this off as authentic. Now, I'll show you exactly what to look for when it comes to this Jordan 4. But again, the quality, incredible. Now, with a Jordan 4 PSG, I've done a lot of 4s in the past, so I kind of know what to look for. So for this particular PSG, you want to look at this Panam here. Okay, I'm going to show you some pictures on my screen, which are going to help you a whole lot to figure this thing out. But if you look here, the Panam is kind of adjacent to the edge. It's not supposed to be like that. There's supposed to be a space between the letters and the bottom of the edge and this the wording. There's supposed to be space, and there's not. You see it on my screen in a minute. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's one thing you want to look for. And also the gray color here. This is supposed to be a little lighter. This is like too dark of a gray on the fake ones. And you also want to look at his spacing here. Now on the authentic, the gap is much bigger between this side, this overlay, and the top overlay here. The gap is supposed to be bigger. On the fake one, it's too small. This is something that, again, I'm going to show you on my screen. You're going to see it on my screen, and that's going to help you a whole lot. Okay, so I'm going to pause and I'm going to show you on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And the next thing you want to also talk about is the midsole. On most fake, this midsole, if you look at the midsole, you see this area here. On the fake, the area is much bigger. The gap here is supposed to be smaller. On the fake pair, is always bigger. And I'm going to show you pictures on my screen again so you can see exactly what I'm referring to. And the next thing we want to talk about is these edges here. Okay, on fakes, the edges are very rough, and it's not supposed to be like that. If you look, you see the edges here is very rough. Okay, and if you look on the front side, it's the same thing here. Edges here are supposed to be smooth, but they are very rough on the fake ones. and I'm going to show you pictures to show you exactly what I'm talking about. One thing that you also want to look at. Now, they got the air unit correctly. There was no problem here. But then if you flip the shoe on the back side, it was also a big problem here. So if you look here, the edges, which I'm going to show you, I'm going to take the other one. The edges here are not quite clear. You see, there's a lot of pieces of rubber material that's still sticking out. It's supposed to be smooth, and I'll show you a picture again to show you what to look for. And another big deal with this force is the gap here. Now, on the Authentic, there's not supposed to be a gap here. It's kind of almost adjacent to the edge of the bottom overlay here, the heel overlay. And again, the edges, see, they are very rough at the edges here. These edges are very rough. It's rugged. It's supposed to be smooth. On the Authentic, you will see that it's supposed to be smooth. And I'll show you again pictures to show you exactly what to look for. It's not supposed to be that rough. All right. And one of the things you also want to look for is on the Jumpman. The Jumpman is completely, they got that wrong here. The Jumpman is a little bit too big on this one. It doesn't look like the one on the Authentic, and I'll show you that in a minute. And also this material, the inside, this here, the tongue, on the outside of the tongue, it looks like denim on the Authentic. On the fake one, it's very smooth. It looks, I don't know what kind of fabric they use on it. Again, the picture is going to clarify that to you once you see it. Want to look for, but for some reason they got the tongue correctly. See, they usually don't get that right, but they got this one right on this one, which really surprised me. All right, and then sometimes they mess up with this thing up, but they didn't really mess it up. But then the color is not the same. The color is supposed to be a little, you see it, I'll show you pictures, you see exactly what to look for as far as the color is concerned. All right, now, is there anything else I want to talk about? Like I said, they got the air unit, they got that right. They didn't mess that up. I mean, I was surprised. Okay, and on the other pair, there's nothing else. I basically talk about the most important pieces, which is, again, to recap, the Panam here, there's supposed to be a gap. There's no gap. It's almost adjacent on the fake one. This gap here is too small. It's supposed to be a bigger gap. And then on the midsole, this edge here, this is too big. The gap here is too big. And I forgot to talk about the stitching. Now, if you look at the double stitching here, all right, the spacing is too much on the fake pair. On the Authentic, you see it smaller. I'll show you pictures of all of that in a minute. You're going to see the pictures as I'm talking. You see the pictures popping up. All right. Right? So those are the things that you want to look for. But again, man, I was pretty stunned. Even surprised with this here. I mean, look at the insole. They're not that flimsy. I mean, it looks pretty thick. Crazy stuff. And like I said, I mentioned the box. It's pretty ashy on the fake pair. I'll show you pictures again so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So basically, to recap, again, this one was given by Spoil Yourself on Instagram. Spoil Yourself. Quality, I'll say about, man, look, if it's not for the colors and the loose stitching and all this, they got this thing correctly. I mean, it looks pretty heavy. The shoe weighs probably about, like, I say about close to 2 pounds, because I'm weighing them right now. I took the insoles out, so obviously this one is lighter. But they're pretty, as far as the weight is concerned, man, this easily, you wear this and you walk around, no one will know, man. It's crazy how much they've gotten better at making these bootlegs. I mean, I'm totally surprised. And again, this is it. All right. Again, thanks for watching this type for Master Kicks. And if this has helped you authenticate the shoe, please give it a like. And again, I'll look forward to my content on my website, because I'm doing a lot of projection on the website. All right. Thanks for watching. This is Ty for Master Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff.